very good morning from Vienna to all handball fans watching us live. Welcome to the first draw of the 2017-18 club season, which will mark the 25th season of the European club competitions organized under the umbrella of the European Handball Federations. We're meeting here at the EHF headquarters in Vienna just 25 days after the epic finale of the previous season and the VELUX EHF Final Four in Cologne. And while people in Skopje are probably still celebrating a stunning success of HC Vardar, we have to set our sights already towards the new season. Today's draw will be fast and straightforward. We start with the Women's EHF Champions League qualification tournaments, and then we move on to the hosting rights for these tournaments. As we have only 4 teams in the VELUX EHF Champions League qualification, there is no draw needed for the semi-final pairings of the qualification tournament, but we will still hold the draw for the hosting rights of this tournament. Now I would like to ask Markus Glaser and Alexander Padanauis from HC Gomel to come to the podium and start with the draw. Markus is our Chief Sports Officer, and we can say that he is our main guru when it comes to all the draws in the European Handball Federation. And Alexander comes from HC Gomel, the reigning Belarusian champions. Let us have a quick look on the teams who are here for the qualification. We see 8 teams divided into 4 pots based on the seedings. In pot 1, we're starting with pot 1, we have the runners-up of Norway and Germany, Vipers Kristiansand, respectively Thüringer HC. Thüringer are well-known faces in the European top flight, and although Vipers are entering for the first time in history, they will be able to rely on a great experience of their new signing, the legendary Norwegian goalkeeper and a 4-time Champions League winner, Katrine Lunde. So please now start with pot 1.
The teams are in the blue balls, and afterwards the position in the white balls. We will start with a blue ball and afterwards allocate the team to the respective. Okay, so we start with the blue one. This is Vipers Kristiansand from Norway. And now we will take a white ball and allocate the team to the row 1 position. Vipers go to group 1 on position 1. Thüringer HC from Germany. They will go to group 2, position 1.
Okay, so we have pot 1. Now we move on to pot 2. In pot 2, there are the absolute Champions League newcomers, H65 Her from Sweden, who won the Challenge Cup 3 years ago, and record Croatian champions Podravka Vegeta, who have won Champions League once in 1995-96 season. We can start.
HC Podravka Vegeta from Croatia. They will go position 2 in group 1. 65 Hertz from Sweden. They will go to group number 2, group 2 on position 2.
So we are halfway through. In pot 3, we have the record winners of the EHF Champions League, Hypo Niederösterreich, who won the trophy 4 times and have not left the Austrian throne for 41 consecutive years. While Kastamonu, the Turkish champion, they are the Challenge Cup runners-up in 2016 and they are brand new in the competition.
We continue with pot number 3. And the first team from pot number 3 is Kastamonu Belediyesi from Turkey. They will go to group number 1. Hypo Niederösterreich from Austria. They will go to group 2, position number 3.
So now it's time to learn the last pieces of the qualification puzzle. In pot 4, we have HC Gommel, who were in the qualification also last year, and they failed in the tough group with HC Leipzig qualifying. And Mecalia Atletico Gardes, they are the brand new Spanish champions. So now, Alexander, you have the fate of your team in your hand.
Atletico Mecalia Guardes from Spain. And the Spanish champion will go to group 2, position number 4. And to close, Handball Club Gommel from Belarus. They will occupy the last position, which is still empty, in group 1. Group 1.
So this part is complete.
Okay.
Before we move on to the to the hosting rights draw, thank you very much, Alexander, for helping us. Now we move on to the hosting rights. Just a quick look on both groups. In group 1, we have Vipers from Norway, Podravka from Croatia, Kastamonu from Turkey, and Gommel from Belarus. While in group 2, we have Thüringer from Germany, Hertz from Sweden, Hypo from Austria, and Atletico Gardes from Spain. Markus, please start with the hosting rights draw.
Of course, we have to decide who is going to organize the tournaments. All the teams have the same right. That means we are going to take the rows of the teams, and then we will see which of the teams have the right to organize. Those teams that come out first, respectively, the teams on the respective row that will come out first of the pot have the first right to organize the event, and then number 2, number 3, and number 4. The balls here have row 1, row 2, row 3, and row 4. So the first right to organize the qualification tournaments goes to the teams in row number 1. The second right to organize the tournaments goes to the teams in row number 3. So in case one of the teams in row 1 does not want to organize the tournament, the teams in row number 3 get the second right. The third right to organize the tournaments goes to the teams in row number 2. And finally, the last right to organize the tournaments go to the teams in row number 4.
So what we know, that the first right goes to Vipers in group 1 and Thüringer in group 2. If they, for whatever reason, don't take this opportunity, the right goes to Kastamonu and Hypo, respectively, then to Podravka and Hers, and at the end, there is Gomel and Atletico. The qualification tournaments will be played on the 2nd September weekend, 8 to 10 September, and the host can decide which 2 days of that weekend they will use for the semifinals and for the final games. Now it's turn for the men's qualification tournament. We already know the semifinal pairings based on the seeding list, and that means that Sporting Lisbon are meeting the Finnish champions Cox, and Tatran Prešov from Slovakia are facing the Austrian title holders Alpla HC Hart. But now we are going to determine the hosting rights for the tournament. As you can see, there are only 3 balls in the pot, and Markus will explain why.
Of course, we have 4 teams, but only 3 balls. The reason for this is that the team of Tatran from Slovakia organized the tournament already in the past season, and due to the regulations, they will be put on right number 4 to organize it in this season automatically, so they are not in the pot, and we will add them afterwards to position number 4 regarding the rights to organize the event. So 3 teams in the pot, again, as we did it before. This time we do not have the rows, we have the teams in the pot, so the first team that comes out of the balls has the first right to organize the tournament. So the first right to organize the tournament goes to the Austrian team of Alpla Hard. The second right to host the qualification tournament goes to Sporting Clube de Lisboa from Portugal. And the third right to organize the tournament, to host the tournament, goes to the team of Cox from Finland. And as I explained before, the team of Tatran will be added to position number 4 regarding the right to organize the event.
So, with knowing that the first ride goes most likely to the shores of Lake Constance and Alpla HC Hart, we can conclude today's draw. But make sure that you tune in back already tomorrow at 9 p.m. in the evening, as we are conducting the draw of the VELUX EHF Champions League group phase and Women's EHF Champions League group matches at the Ljubljana Castle. The live streaming will be again available on ehftv.com, on the Facebook page of the EHF Champions League and on the EHF TV YouTube channel. The other European Cups draw in our 25th season will take place on 18th of July here in Vienna. So that's it from us in Vienna. Thank you very much for watching us and hopefully see you tomorrow. Goodbye.